guys, how you doing? So I need to tell you about my weird experiences recently, like this morning. It was so strange. I've written it all down actually today because I'm like really pissed off. So because I said Sonakshi will not be a part of the bung, these people now, what are you doing in this life? I can record this on YouTube and upload it on my YouTube channel. I've come here to talk to you guys so that you give me your inputs without confusing me or even trying to confuse me, okay? So, because I said that Sonakshi will not be a part of the bung because all these people have stolen 35 movies of mine collectively. As you know, they put jinns in me and harass me to the core. I had jinns in me earlier also, which was sexually harassing me for the longest time. Now, somebody sent me a DM telling me that it was Shatrughan Sinha who raped you and used you as a sex toy amongst his circle, putting these jinns. Okay, this is the feedback that I've got from people. So they put the jinns in me and as you know what they did to me when these bastards, freeloaders were shooting in Jaipur. You know, they made me like sick for 15 days, can't get up from the bed, crying as if my father's died all over again and, you know, in deep depression. I didn't even make one work call and I've stopped making any work calls. I don't want to work. Work will have to come to me now. I'm not going to make any efforts. These people have become crorpatis, hacking my phone, stalking me and stealing stuff from me. So I'm not going to work. You come back and fucking give me all the compensation of all you've robbed of me. I'm not going to move an inch. Enough of that shit. I'm not your fucking PRO. Okay, so you remember that whole Jaipur episode where I was getting pissed and like, you know, they were making me masturbate and showing me visuals of Jaipur and doing all these freaky things to me. So then I've made all these videos on YouTube where I'm talking about how these people have been doing me wrong for the longest time and that they should be removing Sonakshi from the film. So I started getting messages on my Insta, direct messages from some ID with the name Sal Official. Okay, and this I started getting around 3 days back and I forwarded it to everybody, media, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, everybody. And that ID said, hi, I'm Salman and I like you and was thinking of casting you in my next film, Kick 2, considering you've already wrecked 15 years of my life and dropped 35 movies, there's no next film. Next करके मेरे 15 साल खराब किए तुम लोगों ने. So don't try those stunts with me. So I was thinking of casting you in my next film, but as you said that my brother was working with Isha, so that's why I can't take you because my family comes first and I can't hear any of it when you accuse my family. Okay, this is Sal Official, some Instagram handle. Okay, so this I got. That I can't take you because my family comes first and all that jazz. Then today, when I got up again in the morning, like I went to sleep only at 7 in the morning, I got up at around 7 in the evening, you know, because I've been really sick. I've been shooting the night shift every night for my vlogs. So when I got up in the morning, again, they're tricking me through the jinns, you know, they're showing me visuals of Salman Khan fucking me and trying to make me masturbate, which I did not. Instead, I started crying because I'm like, this is their game for 15 years now. I want to have a stable sex life, love life, and I can't keep on getting sucked into their game. Okay, this is 7 in the evening today when I woke up. And then I was crying because I refused to do as they were trying to turn me on and what they do all the time to me. I refused to masturbate. I was just crying. Then as soon as I wake up and I check my phone, as though it's the same man who's watching me, who's put the jinn in me, is trying these stunts. He sends me a direct message from that Sal Official Instagram handle. And he says that, बोला था ना, सोनाक्षी का बाल भी बाका नहीं कर पाओगी तुम. मजा आया ना, रुलाया ना. So it's like literally he's watching me and sending me these direct messages on Instagram to sexually harass me. Now, these people have raped me. They've done everything to satiate their lust and their ego using me as a toy by putting these jinns in me for 15 years now. And I'm supposed to sit here and tolerate this ego game that they've made it out to be. Do you think I'm supposed to be sitting here and tolerating this shit? Absolutely not. Okay, so the whole deal is that you guys are here with me because you have to tell me that who do you think is doing all this? And in all probabilities, it's Shatrughan Sinha, because he's the one who's raped me and prostituted me within his circles. So in all probabilities, he's the one whose dick, whose ego is on fire, that how dare Pooja Mishra challenge us. Remember all these messages I used to get on Messenger and on Instagram saying that, I'm going to kill your mother, then I'm going to kill you, and you're going to be impregnated, and your kid is going to be aborted the way it was in Nepal, and all this jazz. Using the same language which they were forcing me to use in my lives, that moot ka pani, choot ka pani, and all that shit. Using that same language. I've sent screenshot of that also to a lot of my daily chatters on direct message. So it's like this bunch of people who are hell-bent on wrecking me and making sure Sonakshi gets all that I deserve. And this is something they've been doing to me for 15 years. So I'm going to have none of it. Okay, guys? Now I'm going to tell you more. So today, again, they sexually harassed me. And it was just to make sure that Sonakshi Sinha is in Dabang. मैंने बोला था ना Sonakshi Sinha का बाल भी बाका नहीं कर पाओगी. मजा आया रोक के. Like they're torturing me sexually and then they're sending me this message on top of that. Can you imagine? Okay, that's not all. All the filthy, cheap, down market like I said, that they not only raped me, but they circulated me amongst their circle using jinns, making me unconscious, getting me raped, by their Mai-Baap, Salman Khan and his family, as well as the other people who wanted to sleep with me, like Narangs and Doot. And do you know, they took money for it? They took money for putting jinns in me and getting me raped by these lustful animals. The money was going to them. The people who were putting jinns in me. Okay? All using jinns and black magic in an unconscious state. It took me hypnotherapy, clinical hypnotherapy sessions to realize what they were doing to me all this while. And who all were they circulating me to? And when I asked Viandut this once, I'm talking about around 2008 when I'd gone to his office, the very last time I saw him, he had told me Poonam does this. वो जादूगरनी है, वो जिन डाल के ये सब गंदगी करती है. वो कुछ भी करेगी. Then they kept implanting wrong information in my head by jinns, saying that Malaika has ruined my career, when indeed the truth is that it's Sonakshi, Shatrughan and Poonam's greed, jealousy and envy that has ruined my career. They misused their good relations with Salman Khan's family to suffocate me and rob me of 35 movies in their lust for money and power. So this both the families were doing together, I'm told, because the movies were getting robbed and going to Salman Khan's circle of girlfriends. So that I need to understand, that they were obviously doing this in tandem with each other. In fact, you remember the durian furniture campaign when Poonam got so jealous seeing me in the papers that she demanded hafta from me of furnitures, which when I refused to give, she started splashing another furniture campaign in competition with mine of Tangent Furniture, featuring Bruna Abdullah, who I think at that time was dating Salman Khan. So you see, what was all that? What was all that? Jealousy, greed, what else? Now, when I got to... Okay, hold on. Another thing that happened today. When I was editing the vlogs on Big Boss Season 5, only the links mentioning how Shonali, wanted to hog up the kitchen. That is, again, an analogy, a metaphor for male attention. She kept me forcibly out of the kitchen as she wanted to hoard it alone. That is male attention and healthy sex life and all that jazz. That particular clip would get shortened. Whatever dialogue I'm saying in that link won't come out completely. It would just get shortened. It's a 22-second clip, but it would become 11 seconds in the phone that I'm using. So in all probabilities, it is Sonakshi who's hacked the phone. Let me tell you. The other one. So isn't it obvious? it's this thief Sonakshi who kept me bottled up sexually all these years, along with her family, of course, to travel the world and enjoy the best of life, aping me and being Pooja Mishra herself and spreading the same disease to Malaika and all these people. They all are guilty of the same crime of aping me and plagiarizing me. Do you know of a bigger cock-hungry desperado? Then after 2009, they started this whole Isha campaign, yeah, wherein they usurped my house in Mumbai, where they harassed me every single day. I'm talking about 401 Windsor. Every single day, 1,000,000 harassments, along with Love and Kush. Because I went to an investigation agency and I said, who was the person who used to come at 3 o'clock at night in the apartment above and hit the flush? Who was the person who used to come and ring my bell 1,000,000 times at 4 in the morning in Windsor Towers? I used to wake up and come charging out to the door, and they used to run away, and all I could hear was giggles. And also, copy my vacation pictures, come inside my house in my absence and steal my things like clothes, shoes, watches, and had, in all probabilities, installed cameras there as well. That's how they stole 35 movies of mine. Now, this camera also suspect Timmy Narang and his family. I'll tell you why. Because, they used to watch me. Who used to watch me in 401 Windsor? Either it was Shatrughan or it was Narang. Because I called a detective called KK and I told him to scan my own house. And he said that, Marvi Beck, the makeup artist, is having the same problem. Somebody has put hidden cameras in her house. And when she actually spent a lot of money and got it deeply investigated, she got to know it's her ex-husband who wants to keep tabs on her and doesn't want to see her succeed or earn money. So that's why he had put cameras in Marvi Beck's house. So he said, in all probabilities, it's Narang who's put the cameras in your 401 Windsor apartment. And I said, yeah, it could be highly possible, because I remember there was one day when I was called for this Sri Lanka tourism event in Taj Lands End, and I wore these really huge heels, like 6 inches of heels. And I was going there, and as you know, my ankles have already been broken. When I was entering that conference, all these people who knew Narang were laughing at me, seeing my shoes and my discomfort with wearing such high heels, So it could be either Narang or Shatrughan Sinha who'd put those cameras in my 401 Windsor house and who was stealing my 35 movies, right? And when I got too famous after Bigg Boss, Narang, aka Pooja Bedi, and Isha got me summoned by fake court cases to usurp my Mumbai apartment. How do I know Sonakshi, Dhoot and Narang were working in tandem with each other? As V and Dhoot had the house keys, my mother had given a duplicate copy of the house keys, which he used to make Sonakshi come into my house in my absence and steal my belongings. Narang was sleeping with them and had a shady past of a smuggler, a blacklisted smuggler by Government of India, and got me summoned when I was getting too famous for this cunt Sonakshi as well as Isha, because it's just getting too famous for them to digest, you see. So it was a whole monopoly of Narang, Dhoot and Sinha. Sinha as in Poonam and Sonakshi, more so I'm told, unless of course the gin was put by her own father and he was as involved as his wife and daughter. They even wrote Jimmy Randi. Jimmy Randi outside my Mumbai apartment's doorbell. Can you imagine the audacity? It was the same scenario as Bigg Boss season 5. They had made a group and they were outnumbering and bullying me. Inside my own house, they put me in house arrest by putting gins in me every night. And they kept on robbing my movies. Whatever hard work I used to do and earn the movies that I had, that's 35 of them. They used to keep on robbing my movies. They used to keep on seeing whatever opportunity, the Egypt show, through the courier guy, they would steal it and give it to Malaika. Okay? So they were working in tandem with Malaika. That I told you. Pooja Bedi was patronizing Malaika. Narang was working in tandem with Malaika. 100%. Then, when I returned to Mumbai for 90 days recently again, Sinha and Narang harassed me every day robbed off 5 lakhs, terminated my contracts which I'd earned for myself. I lodged 11 police complaints, and soon I'm filing a high court case too. So you can see how they've made a group and harass me. Now everybody is saying that the jinns were put by Shatrughan Sinha. Everybody is telling me this. So I would say that he's the one who's like, the most insecure and wants to control me. When I'd gone for a conference, that Music Inc., I met this guy. He says, I'm a jadugar. I'm a magician. And I'm going to meet Poonam Sinha today because she's got an apartment at Bandstand, which I want to rent. And I'm going to meet her in the middle of the conference. I said, okay. So he apparently went and met her. And she didn't give him the apartment because he wanted to have some workshops and everything there. Then he came back to the conference and was talking to me again. And then he told me that she's not giving me her apartment. So I said, why? So he said, because she said, I'm not going to give my apartment for commercial purposes. So can you imagine, like, there's some other jadugar, there's Poonam Sinha involved. Of course, there's the Khan family involved also because they are the ones who are gaining. So in all probabilities, it's Shatrughan Sinha and Poonam to pacify Salman Khan and his family. They've been stealing my work and giving it to Salman Khan's girlfriends to keep me behind and to keep Sonakshi in their good books. That's how I see it. Because I don't know Salman Khan, I don't know his family really. So I can't understand them getting so deep into me and, robbing my work. People tell me that Arbaz Khan had hacked my phone and was stealing my work. I've also got this theory from somebody. So it could be that too. That Arbaz Khan and all were also stealing my work through my hacked phones. But in all probabilities, this phone on which I was editing my vlog today, which is charging right now in the kitchen, is hacked by a queen of coins. Now, who is this queen of coins? It's either Sonakshi or it's Rabona. Now, about this duplication, we need to get to that also. Like, there are 2 Salman Khans, there are 2 Pooja Mishras, Anushka Sharma and Pooja Mishra, Ranveer Singh and Salman Khan. This duplication theory through black magic. In all probabilities, it was Ramona Narang who was doing this. Now, what makes me say so? Because, there was a time when on MTV, her brother, Jimmy Narang, his girlfriend Shanaz Trejiwala was hosting a show on MTV. So, when they broke off, she got suddenly a new VJ came on MTV and her name was Ramona. So, in all probabilities, it's Narang who's doing this duplication business. Ekka do. And I won't be surprised that if Poonam was working with Narang all this while to keep herself ahead, then in 2009, they probably put some gin in me and sold me off to Dhoot, who started making a medium sit on my head and controlling my life. But the robbing of the work was 100% Poonam and Shatrughan. As you know, Poonam herself has lost a lot of movies. So she's a complex being. And therefore, she wanted all my movies also to be robbed and me to become another version of her. This is highly possible because only a complex person who's been through all this will subject another to the same bullshit. I hope you get my drift. So now I'm going to quickly start reading your messages because it's very important that I make this loud and clear that, even when I started my workshops around 9 years ago, I left my house. I went for my first soft skill workshop nearby in Pune. The moment I reach outside the workshop, a woman comes and starts tearing my clothes. I immediately went and lodged a police complaint. I even gave an interview in Pune Mirror. Please go and check in Google and the archives of Pune Mirror. An article had come out. I said I was going for a workshop and Shatrughan Sinha and his family tried to stop me. So many times it's been published in the paper that this house is being controlled by Shatrughan Sinha and his jinns. Right? They said Salim Khan. How, do I even know Salim Khan? Have I sat with him face to face in my living room? You used to come to my house. You've got a house next door. So in all probabilities, it's your wife who fed me something in 2009 and left the jinns. And it's your wife who's left the jinns in my house. So stop playing these blinding games. Yeah, I'm not going to be blindfolded anymore, you shit. You've already raped me and circulated me amongst the people who are lusting after me and made money out of it, you fucking Kamati Pura ka dalla. Enough is truly enough. Down marketed me when I was in Khar, how they used to make me do chut ka pani, moot ka pani and splash me all over YouTube to defame me further because they didn't want to go behind the prison for the sex scam that they were running. And then they'll say, Timi Narang is sitting on your head, Arbaz Khan is sitting on your head, Salman Khan is sitting on your head. When in reality, it was Shatrughan Sinha who was sitting on my head and in all probabilities, Anirudh Dhoot's medium on some occasions. So let's just like really cut this fine and cut this straight. Because you're trying to make me masturbate, and when I don't masturbate and I cry instead, you're sending me direct messages. Maza aaya na roke. Bola tha na baal nahi baka kar paogi Sonakshi ka. 20 दिसंबर की डेट याद रखना. तुम्हारी सारी मेहनत पे पानी फेर के रहूंगा. Like literally, you know, insinuating me and fucking challenging me. And the investigation agency tells me all the harassment that you faced in Windsor Towers was Narang and Sinha again. And I did see Jimmy Narang, peeping at me from the neighboring building. I've told you this before. In Windsor Towers, when I freshly moved out of the Videocon guest house and moved in there. And then I'm told that whole sex racket was running there in 401 Windsor, where Dhoot was consuming me, Narang was consuming me, Sinha was consuming me and prostituting me to other people. His my-baps, stealing my movies and giving it to Salman Khan's girlfriends, Arbaz Khan, and I don't know if it was Arbaz Khan, but 100% Sinha was doing this to butter him. And it was Sinha and Narang working in tandem with each other. And this whole duplication was being done by Ramona Narang. You know, दो सलमान खान बना दो पूजा मिश्रा बना दो, जिससे जलते हो, जिसको अपने से ज्यादा talented समझते हो, जिसको insecure, whosoever you're insecure towards, make a duplicate of them. I'm going to say it out straight now. I've had enough of these blinding games, enough of this confusion. Okay, so I'm getting into your messages now quickly. Why did I kick the bin? Because I was forewarning them that I couldn't take it anymore. All that bullshit. Pooja, please do makeup tutorials. I will when I have the time. Pooja, how did you remove the jinns? By Ruqya. By Ruqya. You are an atheist and you believe in jinns? Yes, I do. And you can fuck off if you want to challenge my ideologies. There's no place for you in my life. I don't know, I can't, I'm scrolling. So you guys have got some relevant questions to ask, others I'll just go off the live. I've had enough. Pooja, why aren't these jinns supporting you? You should ask the jinns to take your money back from Sonakshi. Because these jinns have been put in me to control me. They've been put in me to control me and to make sure I remain mediocre. These jinns have not been put in me to support me in any manner. Why don't you understand? They're restricting me every step of the way. They're making me bankrupt. They're not letting me come up in life. They keep robbing every movie I'm offered. I did tell you about Prabhas and Sujit's casting director, Eric, calling me for Saho. And again, these jinns causing problems in me getting the film. So these jinns were never put in with good intentions in any case. And 100% it was Sinha and Narang who was doing this whole fucking bullshit. Looking beautiful, you're a queen. I love you, I'm your biggest fan. You do such nice makeup. Will you work in Malaika's yoga studio if offered? Well, first I need to be convinced that she was not instrumental in those 35 movies being robbed away from me. I need some clarity, clarifications, confessions, compensations in that regard. And then probably we could sit across the table and have a civilized conversation and do business together. I think it's Malaika. Komal Haru says. You're looking like Black Panther, really? Are you Muslim, Pooh? No, I'm not. Pooja, why do you listen to Rukia? If you're an atheist, please answer. I listen to the Rukia because that's the only way these shits are going to come out of me, which keep me confused and restricted and sexually harass me. Okay? There's a boogie in my nose. You want to come take it out by your tongue? That'd be cool. And there was a whole article that came out, when they assaulted me when I was going for my first soft skill workshop. And when I came back home and I looked up my tarot cards, it was again the Queen of Coins, which is either Sonakshi or it's Ramona Narang. So they are the ones who've collectively harassed me with sinners. And I'm not going to spare them. They all will have to pay compensation. I have to get the fuck out of my house. Like yesterday in the live, that guy saying, this reminds me of the girl who tweets from her fridge. So this house is my fridge. They keep on usurping my properties by black magic. 401 Windsor apartment, my neighboring apartment here, which the tenant is not ready to vacate even after not paying rent for 1 year. My Goa apartments. So you better stop this fucking bullshit because I'm here to put an end to it. Do you have proofs? Yes, I do have proofs. That's how they're accepted and running cases in High Court, you shit. Pooja, you're the cause of my euphoria. When is your music video coming out? Why don't you go find me a couple of financiers and it'll come out pretty soon. These people have been robbing my money. They've made me bankrupt. After that, you don't fucking ask me questions like that. Why don't you have good managers? Because my phones are hacked. I'm stalked. There was a movie I was watching the other day. It's called Unsane. Unsane. Okay, guys? Please do go and watch it. It's a story of a girl being stalked and how there's a scam running and she's been forcibly admitted into a mental hospital, mental asylum. And they're forcibly trying to make her out to be crazy, but she's totally normal and doing very well in her job. And it is her ex-boyfriend who's scammed her and who's trapped her. And then eventually she kills him in the end and goes on to become who she deserves to become. Please do watch the movie Unsane, Unsane. It's a film which has been directed by an Oscar-winning director and it's been shot on an iPhone. When I saw that movie, I was horrified. I was like, this is my story. This is my story. And yeah, this whole Isha campaign, right? So this whole Isha campaign started. So basically, the Narangs went and paid Sinha's money as well as Dhoot's money. So on one side, they had Shah Rukh Khan. On one side, they had Sonakshi support. Then they started vibing with Malaika. And they had Malaika support because they kept on stealing my movies and circulating it amongst Salman Khan's girlfriends. This Poonam and Narang were doing together, I would imagine. So this whole Isha campaign started wherein Pooja Mishra was kept faceless, right? So after Bigg Boss, when I got really famous for them to digest, as I told you, they summoned me with fake cases by firing the guns from Pooja Bedi's shoulders. This was 100% Narang. And they usurped my Bombay property. And then this whole Isha campaign started spreading in the Salman Khan clan. Because in all probabilities, inside Big Boss's house, it was Sky who raped me in an unconscious state. It was Timmy Narang who was doing this whole Agod Vidya, Shamshan ka Kala Jadoo on me. So he used the same Kala Jadoo to rape me inside Big Boss's house. Then he might have paid money to Colors, he might have paid money to Endemol, or he might have paid money to Salman Khan to ban me for 9 years out of Big Boss. And everywhere Isha, 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 Salman Khan is launching Isha Kaif. Like they're really trying to suppress my name and plug in hers. Alright? So it's pretty evident that Narang and Sinha were working together collectively, and they'd even reached up until Salman Khan's clan through Malaika and through his brother Sohail. And he doesn't want me to say this as per Sal official who was sexually harassing me by the jinns today, but I'm going to say it. Sohail Khan was working in tandem with Isha Kopikar and Poonam Sinha and suppressing me and massaging her ego. So all this is a fucking heinous crime. It's seen as sabotage. It's seen as murdering somebody's career, and you all are going to go behind bars for this. I'm not here to filter out the truth, considering you all have earned money through my hard work and harassed me every single day and spoiled the texture of my life for the longest time. Who's editing your music video? Well, actually, I'm looking for a VFX artist and an editor. I haven't zeroed down on anybody in Pune because they all are substandard. Hey there, how you doing? What is your music video? Waiting for it. Yeah, it should be coming out soon. Pooja, you look better with your hair open. Well, this is who I am. I don't care. Learn to accept me for who I am, otherwise get the fuck out of here. What happened to you? You look upset. Yes, I look upset because I've been forced to get turned on and being forced to masturbate and cry. And then I'm being messaged saying, देखा ना, सोनाक्षी का बाल नहीं बाका कर पाई तुम. 20 December की date याद रखना. And all this shit. So I'm being sexually harassed. Of course I'm going to be upset. Who do you think I am? After 15 years of harassment, you can't go on with this with me. Pooja, you had said something about Windsor Sri Devi. Yes. So when I used to stay in Windsor, they used to make the tantrics sit on my head, and in all probabilities, it was Poonam, Shatrughan, Narang, Dhoot, and all these people working collectively. But everybody says it was the Sinhas. So they used to make this tantric sit on my head and, put jinns in me and do all this freaky shit, keep fooling me, keep tricking me, keep confusing me, so that I kept on working hard and they kept on making the money and getting all the fame and adulation. And then one day they published an article in one of these papers which I used to subscribe for in Windsor. And there Shatrughan Sinha's picture was published, and next to him Sonakshi Sinha's picture was published in that Sadma look of Sri Devi, which we also saw in that yellow sari clip which I put up a couple of months back. So in all probabilities, it is Shatrughan Sinha who was doing all the black magic, the whole jinn and jinnat bullshit on me. All right, and playing all these mental games with me and usurping all the movies that I was earning and giving it to Salman Khan's circle of friends, because he's a shrew, cunning, sly, conniving, rapist shrew. And when his stomach was filled, his lust was satiated, he started circulating me to Narang and Dhoot and earning money out of it, as well as Salman Khan's brothers. There's no running away from it. Pooja, Lakshmi said that you were a horrible cook. Was she jealous? Of course she was. Pooja in Big Boss, Pooja Bedi said that you were a devil and Gulaba was a Devi. And it's a fight between Devi and devil. Really? Gulaba was a Devi? Then why was she being kicked around? And everybody says Sonakshi used you to get cocks. Everybody tells me that she used you as a pawn to get men. And while you lay there, sexually bottled up, she was having hot sex using you as a ladder. Do you know that? She was using your body to get herself confirmed for the IFAs because she was trading you to Anirudh Dhoot and Venugopal Dhoot to come and fuck you in an unconscious state. And she used you as a ladder and a bridge to get herself on stage and make sure you don't get an invite for the same. Do you know that? Whereas they were using a medium and confusing me and whatever, using me simultaneously. Also, Pooja, Shonali kept saying that I had a weird body language and was too aggressive. Was it the jinns making you crazy? Of course it was. Of course it was the jinns who were making me crazy. And it was the sinners essentially who laid this honey trap, you know. I'm told that I keep on blaming Sohail for, connecting Isha Kopikar with the wannabe Timmy Narang who wanted a trophy wife. But apparently it was Poonam. The tantric sitting on my head, putting jinns in me to make me crazy, making me work hard like a dog and stealing all my work and giving it to Salman Khan to butter his toast. Everything was Poonam Sinha, along with Shatrughan and Sonakshi. Her sons used to come and flush the flush in the apartment above at 3 in the morning to wake me up after having fed me something that made me bloat and fart. To mentally embed in my psyche that I'll always have a stomach problem and I wasn't good enough. Such heinous crimes. And you think that these people are going to roam around scot-free. And then they force me to get turned on and try to make me masturbate when I don't and I start crying. Then they're sending me these messages. Sonakshi Sinha ka baal bhi baka nahi kar paogi tum. 20 December ka date likh lena. This is the height of harassment. The height. Hi Pooja, watching you from the UK. Hi. What time is it there right now? Also Pooja, Shonali kept saying so I answered that. 100% they used to put jinns in me to make me crazy. And this started from the Vidicon guest house itself. Why did I refuse the bung one? Because somebody was sitting on my head, putting jinns in me and making me hit the axe on my own leg. And in all probabilities, this was a trend that was carried forward even in 401 Windsor. So it was Shatrughan Sinha who was doing all this, along with the Doots. Did you meet Siddharth post Big Boss? No, I did not. And I don't even want to meet him. He's an idiot. Pooja, did you see the song in your nomination day? It was from Shatru's movie, Amar Hai Shakti, Shakti Amar Hai. Well, I don't know what are they hinting at, really. Pooja, Shonali said that she had said horrible things about you related to the outside world. Did she talk about Sinhas also? Did she confess? What did she tell about you? Well, I don't know. She didn't take their names. The only time I heard Shatrughan Sinha's name is when Sunny Leone entered the house and they said that he sent her to replace you. You know. And all this farting and bloating. Of course, they fed me something, but it's essentially the jinns who make me get sick. And you're right. The jinns only make me get crazy too. Pooja's makeup is on fleek. Thank you. Pooja, it was so heartbreaking the way Pooja Bedi insulted you time and again. Yes. And Pooja Bedi was representing Ramona Narang and Timmy Narang. So they were also doing all this Shamshan ka Kala Jadoo on me. And at the same time, Shatrughan was also doing a lot of black magic on me and making that Shastri sit on my head or whatever, that Tantric and mentalist sit on my head. So there was always me being torn apart in two directions. Even in Bombay, I told you that two people doing magic on me. I'm being torn apart in two directions here. Like Salman Khan had done one season of Bigg Boss saying double what? This was the double what? It was Narang and Sinners collectively hammering me down. My entire life, 360 degrees, from my sex life to my love life to my professional life to my financial life to my emotional life. When will Judd release? Very soon now. Now that the truth is out on social media. Stand exposed in any case. When you went to hug Pooja when she came out of the jail, she ignored you. Yeah, because she had taken money from Timmy Narang and Ramona Narang to defame me on the show. How many times do I need to tell you that? She was on a paid contract, on a paid mission, which she was spearheading. Didn't you see that? How slyly she was implanting in every contestant's brain that Pooja Mishra is mentally unstable, when they very well knew that jinns were being left in me to drive me insane. How could they make these statements? Pooja Mishra is Parveen Babi. Please lock her in the room, Big Boss, so that I can fly like an eagle and be Pooja Mishra myself and keep on stealing her identity. Who was doing this to me for the longest time? Who? Narang and Sinat together. And of course, also Malaika. She's plagiarized me and done a lot of identity theft herself, and more so after her divorce with Arbaz. Pooja Bedi also kept on saying how pathetic you were in washing dishes. She left no stone unturned to malign you. Yeah, because she's working in tandem with Poonam Sinha. I mean, come on. When I walk out of Big Switch's grand finale, because I don't accept their fixed, announcement of me coming second when I won the show, immediately Isha Kopikar flies off to South Africa for a show being made by Endomall, who makes Big Switch as well as Big Boss. Isn't it obvious that Endomall was manipulating it all? And who was handling Endomall? Poonam Sinha. It was all Poonam Sinha. And she's the real habro. She's the real habro, along with her husband and a fucking cunt of a daughter, who's bottled me up sexually, had hot sex using me as a ladder, be it with the Dhoots, be it with Khan, be it with Narang. Traveled the world using me as a ladder, masquerading around as Pooja Mishra herself. How fucked up is that? How cock hungry is that? Huh? Shanali wasn't allowing me in the kitchen, and when I was finally there and I was cleaning the kitchen, her ego couldn't fathom seeing me in the kitchen. So she started cornering me and subliminally torturing me. So I broke the broom. Don't you understand this analogy and metaphor in my real life, that for 15 years Sonakshi couldn't see me having a healthy, sexy sex life? So she made all these tantrics sit on my head along with her father and her mother and bottled me up sexually, masqueraded as Pooja Mishra, and also got other people to masquerade as me, that is Malaika, through jinns, as well as Isha and all these people. Because she couldn't see me having a healthy sex life. And she's doing this in tandem with the Narangs. They can't see me have a healthy sex life either. If tomorrow I marry a Bollywood star, if tomorrow I marry a multi-billionaire, they're going to die alive. It's not only them that's going to die. There are a lot of people who are very envious of my sex life. First being Sonakshi, Isha, Malaika also probably. Because she's also got this whole thing, I'm the hottest. Dhoot. All these people are going to die alive. Pooja, in one of your episodes, Pooja Bedi compared you to Parveen. Yeah, so I already told you about that. I just mentioned. Even Parveen Babi apparently said that she was conspired against by a nexus. But here we've identified them. We are lodging cases against them. So I'm not going to die Parveen Babi's death. I'm going to do 70 movies for the 35 movies I've been robbed, and let me see who stops me. No spell, no shit can do that anymore, considering I'm exposing them every day. I'm exposing their nexus, how they did it, what they did. I'm exposing it every day. And how they're trying to torture me, continue torturing me, even today. These bastards needs to stop mooching off you, bloody bastards. Fucking cunts need to go behind the bars. That's exactly where we're going to get them. Jad will release soon, don't worry. We're going to start shooting it next year now. Pooja, in Big Boss's house, Mehak never liked you back chatting at all. And that was the reason why everybody was nominating you, of course. 100%. And Mehak is Sonakshi Sinha. Pom, 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 pom. You sit on my head with a tantric and nail my stomach. Or get it nailed by Narang by creating this whole envious scenario by leaving your jins on them. And then you do pom, 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 pom. You want to do a song like that, you fucking cunt. Sex hungry, cock hungry. Can't get cocks on her own. Uses my body to get cocks. Want to know more about the vernacular wannabe? And her borrowed sexual escapades using me as a ladder? Pooja, did they make you masturbate again today? Well, they tried, but I didn't. I started crying instead. They're showing me Salman Khan fucking me and making love to me, actually not fucking me, kissing me and cuddling me and all those things that I do like. And I obviously, they were trying to turn me on, but I started crying instead. And then immediately I got a message from that Sal official ID saying, Rula diya na. ऐसे ही 20 दिसंबर की डेट याद रखना. सोनाक्षी का बाल भी बाका नहीं कर सकती तू. I immediately blocked him. And I realized it's sexual harassment by her father or by one of the cocks that she sucks. But in all probabilities, it's her father. "20th December is the release date of that fucked up film, which they've made by Burying Me, the 3rd edition. And that's only if it gets released." Pooja, you had said that you've never had consensual sex. But in a live, you said that you had a threesome with Arjun. I told you it was cuddling and foreplay. It wasn't actual sex, you know. So will you get a live and get off my back? Because you won't be allowed to see this live anymore. You can just get the fuck out of here. "20th December is Dabang's release date and Pooja's jealous." Why should I be jealous? Why am I so attached to this Rickshawala film anyways? Because it was because of this film that Poonam started doing hardcore black magic on me. It's because of this film that they wrecked me and kept on stealing 35 movies of mine and giving it to Salman Khan's girlfriends to butter him up so that he continues to use their fucked up two-paisa, sex-hungry, cock-hungry cunt of Sonakshi as the main lead heroine. So it's because of this film that my life is wrecked. Why should I be jealous? It's not even a film of my stature. I see myself in a fucking Hollywood slick film or a Yash Raj film. That's more up my alley and standards, you know. But I'm attached to this film because it was because of this film that I was wrecked. 360 degrees. Do you understand that, you vernacular, dense-headed moron? Pooja, was Sonakshi discussed inside Big Boss's house in your season? Not at all. Very discreetly, the way, you know, she's playing on Malaika's name when all the wrong has been done by Shatrughan Sinha and his wife and Sonakshi herself. And of course, Malaika might have been a part of it or whatever, but not to that grievous extent that Sonakshi, Poonam and Shatrughan have collectively. So Sonakshi's name was never taken inside the Big Boss's house, you see. Because very discreetly, they trick people and squirm out of the crimes that they've been doing for the longest time. I like here, I make her. Oh, you can see it up close. Thank you, thank you. Nicely blended in, see? Okay. How did Salman fuck you? With the gins. I don't even know if he fucked me or whatever, but I'm sure he might have kissed and cuddled me because I am very sexy and lovable. So, might be just taking out his lust for free, you see. And he's going to have to pay. Because I was promised the bunk tree. I was promised the bunk tree. I was made to work like a dog. The past 3 years with my biography, all these books, all these shows, this whole sham, my production house, by which they just wanted to make me bankrupt. I was promised the bunk tree. So I'm not going to let it release until I'm taken as a main lead. I won't let that film release. You wait and you watch. What in the fuck do you think me to be? Just a toy to play around with? Then you're going to have to repent. The way you made me waste 15 years of my life, let me make you waste some 1,500 crores or whatever. I don't even think the budget is that much, but whatever. So that you can taste your own medicine of knowing what it feels like to waste someone's hard work. I'll get your fucking film shelved. You wait and you watch. I've had enough. Even today you're trying to sexually harass me. Pooja, in Big Boss, Mehak kept seducing every man who was attracted to you just like Sonakshi does. Yes, very much. Very much just like Sonakshi does. Pooja, are they trying to make you Sri Devi from Sadma? Yes, that's what they did for 15 years by putting those jinns in me. By trying to shake up and disturb my mental equilibrium. By putting jinns and making a tantric sit on my head. They wanted to make me out to be Sri Devi from Sadma. But now I'm coming out of it and that's making them exceedingly insecure. Pooja, who's Sisupal Singh? That's Shatrughan Sinha. Salman should pay you the cash. Yeah, because if he's the one who's been playing around with me through the jinns, then he's the one who should be coughing out the cash. But yes, Sinhas have also fully milked the situation. So for starters, you're going to have to throw Sonakshi out and take me in her place, dude. Otherwise, I'll see you in hell. Because I've been living there for 15 years thanks to you and this fucked up family. So enough of your games, enough of your fucking bullshit. Pooja, you're so nice to Gulabo, but that bitch just went and called you a psycho, saying that you snort agarbatti. Such a shrew. She wasn't a shrew. She was a gullible kanka kacha idiot. She was a village idiot. So the colors people might have told her ki kuch aisa bolo, alag bolo, something that makes headlines. So the wannabe, in the lust of making headlines, maligned me. Can you open your hair? Why should I? I don't feel like. You can fuck off. I'm not your slave. Pooja, when you asked Lakshmi who was Sahib, what did she... Pooja, when you asked Lakshmi who was Sahib, what did she say? Was she referring to Shatru? In all probabilities, yes. Because they were the ones who were playing with my mind by leaving those jinns. Many people say that it was Salman who used to make the Qazi sit on your head. Well, I don't know what it was, but it was ugly. And now that I'm coming out of it, you're going to have to fucking compensate it. And first thing is to, catapult me
to where I would have been had you shits not forced yourself into my life and manipulated it. Okay? Saying it straight up. Pooja, I think they put jinx in you and then purposely sent you to the big switch and big boss so that your psycho image was set. Point to be noted, Panko. You're very right there. You're very right there. Very right there. Very correct there. And this whole sexual harassment, masturbation and everything, this khabeez jinn and everything was started from the Videocon guest house days, yeah? It all started from the Videocon guest house days. Pooja, tell us more about You Stink Like a Fish song they used to play and trouble you with. Yeah, like when I met Salman for the first time, they robbed my phone, and when we had a huge fight, we pulled hair and whatnot, and got my phone back, and I went back to the Videocon guest house. They fed me something, and when I woke up, I was topless. So either the Videocon people had let these narangs inside my room because, you know, they're smugglers, and they had raped me and fed me something. And then from the neighboring building, they played the song, You Stink Like Fish, because they intentionally wanted me to stink, because they wanted to usurp my sex life. So can you imagine? The jealousy around my sex life actually started when I was like some 15-year-old girl. You know, the jealousy around my sex life started in my teenage years, when they were actually horny, lustful, salivating dogs, narangs, chasing me, not wanting me to connect with Bollywood stars or have sex with them or have any kind of fun with them. And then they came and raped me inside the room, inside the Videocon guest house, and they fed me some shit and spoiled my stomach. It was that day until today it harasses me. So yeah, you've got a point there. That was Narang. That was Narang. The same person used to stalk me. Like in the movie UNSANE, Unsane. It was Narang. The criminal, the real criminal. Along with Sinnaz, of course, he's no less a criminal. He's greedy. He's hungry. Greedy and hungry for money, fame, and power. Otherwise, why would he wreck my life and be instrumental in wrecking it? Riya Bharat is some shithead who's gotten into my chat, and I'm hiding the chat from her. People who are posting bad comments and making fun of her, you'll need to stop. Imagine yourself in such situation. At least she has the balls to speak up and not be a coward in front of so-called choots. Exactly. Pooja, Shanali Nagrani claims she was offered Mahesh Bhatt's Zehar and was chucked out unceremoniously, just like you were kicked out of Jism. Excuse me, Panko Anime, I'm hiding the chat. I'm kicking you out of my chat. I was never kicked out. I never went for the meeting in the first place. I was shortlisted for Jism 2. And I got a call from Samir Banerjee, Mahesh Bhatt's casting director, the day I entered the set in ND Studio Karjat. And I couldn't go because I was entering the set at that time. I was supposed to switch off my phone and give it to my mother or the person accompanying me. So I had been shortlisted for Jism 2 and I was supposed to go to the office and meet Mahesh, but I couldn't because I just walked inside ND Studio. So I wasn't kicked out in any way, you fucking cunt and dick. I did not even go there. Alright? So get your fucking facts straight first. Little shitheads. Okay guys, I'm going to go now because I've got other things to do. So I will catch you later, and I don't see any relevant comments coming in as well. You guys are just like talking any kind of shit. So bye bye. See you later.